For the fans, by the fans. Welcome to the only Angels postgame show that keeps it real, win or lose. No filters, no fluff, just raw reactions right after the final out. The Golden Stamos is polished up and somebody's about to take it home. A clutch hit, a game-saving grab, or just straight up hustle. We see you. But if you played like trash, you're getting the dreaded Nacho Night Award. We saw the missed calls, we saw the blown saves, the clutch moments, and the disasters too. Your comments are front and center, and yeah, we read all of them. Wanna let loose? Call in and sound off live. No scripts, no suits, no spin. This is raw, this is real, this is where the fans take over. This is the Heady Postgame Show with Todd Fox. For the fans, by the fans.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd.
Hey, welcome into another episode of the Halos in the Infield postgame show. I'm your host, Todd Fox. Man, oh man, what a game to see as we are by the fans, for the fans, for the fans, by the fans. We're in the stands with you. And we watch the show and the game with you. We're not on our couch or in our mom's basement like another podcast that sucks ass. But we're there for you, and we do a lot for the community, and we also get shit on sometimes like tonight by the Angels. Now, before I go into my Christmas in June rant, which I hate with all parts of my soul, and Patrick O'Neill calling games on Friday, I'm just glad I was in the stands, not having to endure that idiot. But man, oh man, I mean, if ever there was a night where, again, this is the halfway mark of the season. 81 games in now, officially we are. And to be 41 and 40 would have been nice. But you're 40 and 41 now, and you're looking at a, 8.5 out of first place. I didn't even look at the wild card standings, and I don't like looking at the standings right now. But, you know, after a game like this where, again, we've been talking about on this page, you can't be losing to these inferior teams. You just can't. And they did this against Baltimore. They did this against Miami. I know I've brought it up several times, and they did this against Pittsburgh. And you worry about the teams pounding you like hitting long balls, home runs, stuff like that. Exit velocity. It wasn't anything to do with this. It was just dink and dunks. Outside of the home run, I believe, in the first inning, there wasn't much power from their side. They were just getting them, solid hits, and they were hitting them where we weren't. And it was like you scored 9 runs tonight. And you hit a couple of home runs, and you get guys on base, and you get the lead guy to third base, and you can't score him 3 times, and you're thinking, man, no matter what they did tonight, it seems like a failure. It seems like they could have did so much more, and they just didn't get the job done. But when you think about it, the hitting had no problems tonight. They should have gotten a lot more going tonight. I don't understand what happened. With the pitching, I should say, they got enough run support. And Soriano had been coming off of 3 good starts, and he came out there and he laid an enormous egg. And it seemed like no matter who they pulled up, all their pitches were up in the zone, or they were wild, and they were just either hittable balls or just missing the zone. I don't know what happened. If this team got drunk last night or today, or I don't know what their deal was, at least the pitching staff, because it seemed like the hitters were locked in until about the 7th inning or 6th inning, and it just seemed like they just couldn't do anything right. They couldn't get out of their own way. The Angels scored for 4 straight innings, and the Nationals only got shut down in the 1st and 3rd inning. Otherwise, they put up 15 runs, 19 hits. This is the first time this year the Nationals have they only put up 12 runs. I think only double digits twice before this. And this is by far the most runs they put up in a game. You had 30 total hits combined and 24 total runs. So I was there at the game, I was there listening to the Christmas carols and all the bullshit that was presented to you by Artie, but I didn't stay for the drone show. And I heard, some fans were like, "Oh, it's really cool. It was cool. They did a gingerbread man and all this other stuff." It's like, man, come on. I'm just gonna rant on this real quick. If you're going to straight up do a Christmas in June, I say nix it. It's over with. It's dumb. It's stupid. I say go Halloween. Halloween. I mean, you can have people dressed up, and all kinds of makeup and you know, doing whatever. Like they don't have to stick to one genre like Santa Claus and Christmas. I mean, you could be anybody, an insane clown, whatever, right? You could spice it up. It'd be pretty cool, put scary shit all around. But no, 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 we got to do something really stupid that like maybe 5% of the crowd appreciates. But anyway, bah humbug me, whatever. But I was bah humbug this pitching staff. They sucked ass tonight. And very disappointed for as good as they've pitched. Maybe some people will say, well, they were due a game like this. Well, fine. But against the Nationals, really, and when you've worked so hard to get back to 500 and you're right there to go over, just to trip over yourself and fall back. And now the best they can do is win the next two, which I'm not all that flattered about because the game I had them losing in this series is tomorrow. And, Kendrick sometimes can surprise, but man, I don't know. Man. I'm not feeling Kendricks tomorrow in game 2. So let's go over how the scoring went. And there's a lot of it. The Nationals got the scoring started in the second inning. Bell would hit a home run to center. Lowe would score. It was 2-0. Then Adele quickly fired back with a solo homer to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Shauna Will would hit a 2-run homer to make it 3-5. Ward would hit a 2-run homer. And right there, I leaned over and I said, you know what? The Angels have a 32-11 record when scoring 5 or 4 or more. So I'm thinking we're going to go to 33-11. I'm feeling pretty confident. But no, we fell to 32-12 because that lead didn't last very long. The top of the fourth inning, Young would double to center. Bell would score. Lyle would score. It's 5-4 just like that. Soriano did not have it. Abraham singled to right. Young scored. Abraham was thrown out at second in the rundown. It's 5-5. But Renifo in the bottom of the fourth would single to center. Moore would score, and it was 6-5. Then Trout came through. He came through with a big 2-out hit. It's 7-5. But then the top of the fifth, Lowe would double to right. Wood would score. Garcia to third, 7-6. Bell grounded out to second. Garcia scored from third. 7-7. Then Lyle singled to right. Lowe scored. It's 8-7 in the fifth. Newman reached on an error in the bottom of the fifth because it should have been a double play, but he hits it right through Garcia Jr.'s glove. 2 runs would score, and the Angels, just like that, are back on top 9-8. But that wouldn't last long because Wood would hit a sacrifice fly. Adams would score. Then the seventh inning, after the Angels were shut down with the leadoff guy at third base, with 1 out, they couldn't score him in. It went to the seventh. House would double. Bell would score. It's 10-9. The Angels would have first and third with 1 out before hitting into a double play and not being able to score a run right there. Then Lowe would double to right. Wood would score again, 11-9. Then Adams doubled to left. House scored. Lyle to third, 12-9. Then the ninth inning, Young reached on a bunt single to the pitcher. Lyle scored. That was a terrible throw right there by Strickland. 13-9. Then Garcia Jr. would hit a 2-run double or single to make it 15-9. One good note outside of everything tonight is that Zach Neto made an appearance. Although he struck out, he made an appearance, so he's fine. The Angels gave up 6 walks. They walked 6 times themselves. The Nationals struck out 8. The Angels struck out 7. So, I mean, those 2 numbers for the Angels are really good. They had 3 home runs, 8 RBIs total, 11 hits, and 9 runs scored in 37 at-bats. You had Renifo go 2 for 4. You had Shawna go for 2 for 5. Trout went 1 for 4. A little disappointing there. Ward went 1 for 5. Adele continues to be hot. He's got his average up to 234. That home run is his 11th of the month of June, and that is the most of any Angel. And guess who called that? Vince and Fernando on the Hot Take Hoedown show from a couple weeks ago. at the beginning of the month, they called that Joe Adell, their hot take, was going to be the home run leader, and they nailed it. Logan O'Hoppe went 2 for 5, but he struck out 2 times. Lamont Wade Jr. didn't do shit tonight. But, well, actually, I take that back. He had 2 walks. Christian Moore had 2 walks and a single. Newman didn't do anything tonight. 2 double plays grounded into, although he got an RBI somehow. He was terrible. The RBIs came plentiful for Bell. 3 hits. 1 hit, 3 runs scored. He had a sacrifice, a 2-run homer. 3 hits for Lowe, 3 for Garcia, 3 for Abrams. I mean, they pumped up the hits tonight. Everyone in their lineup registered at least 1 hit, and everyone in their lineup registered at least 1 RBI. So that just goes to show you, I mean, they were killing it tonight. Pitching right away, Irvin didn't do a good job. I mean, he looked crappy tonight for the Nationals. 8 runs earned, 9 runs total. Actually, I'm sorry. 8 runs, 9 runs allowed, 8 earned, 4 walks, 5 Ks. He gave up 3 home runs and still gets a no decision. That should be a losing number right there. But the bullpen only did not allow a run. So as shaky as they were, they did not allow a run. The Angels, however, that's not the case. 8 runs by Soriano on 9 hits, 4 innings pitched, 2 walks, 4 Ks. He was very hittable tonight. That sinker did not sink. The fastball was not pinpointed. Brogdon was a letdown tonight, an inning and a third, 1 run, 2 hits, and a walk. Burke sucked tonight, 2 hits and a strikeout, 2/3 of an inning. Bachman wasn't good either. An innings pitched, he allowed a run. Neris allowed a run. Strickland was garbage, 4 runs tonight. So, I mean, as good as he's been, bad night all around for everybody. They threw almost 200 pitches tonight. So, bad, and more bad for the Angels tonight. Really, really sucky game. Again, you had an opportunity to get back into over 500 since the team was 9-5. First time, right? And before they hit that losing streak in early April. So there was a real good chance the Angels could have gotten something going, and nothing went their way tonight as far as pitching. Now, hitting, you can't really fault them with the exception of Newman. Newman sucks. And, I was kind of disappointed that we have Newman on the contract that we do, because that's preventing us from keeping Paris and giving Paris that spot. I'd rather have Paris struggle and find his way as a young athlete that can steal bases, that's dynamic defensively, and that can hit the ball every now and then deep, but just got to work on his contact skills. And he can go first to third. I mean, I'd rather have him out there because he can play infield and outfield and fill in late in games and stuff like that. But Newman seems to be a waste of space. He's made a lot of errors. And just terrible baseball tonight. Again, this all helps the narrative to those of you that are screaming when, because I'm usually the one that's sticking up for the pitching, but there's a lot of you, rightfully so, that want better starting pitching, that want better bullpen pieces. But I always say, hey, to see where this bullpen has came from where it started, they have made massive improvements. But it's just frustrating on nights like this. It's like, okay, well, you finally beg and scream and kick for some run support for guys like Soriano, Kikuchi, and a couple others that really haven't. I mean, guys like Kwanowitz, guys like Hendricks have gotten the run support, and they've been the worst pitchers on the team. But, when you have the other guys out there pitching their ass off, Tyler Anderson, not recently as much, but they were, keeping the score under 4 runs, under 3 runs, and you couldn't give them 4. It was very frustrating. On a night like this where you score 9, you should beat the Nationals. Nationals were before this game 15 games under 500. So you should have took care of business, and you didn't do it, and that's disappointing. So again, I don't want this to be the start of something sucky. I mean, again, you worked your ass off to get back to 500. Don't let it go down the drain. Okay, so you had a clunker today. Let's turn the page and try to get it tomorrow. But again, as a fan, I'm looking at the matchups, and it's not like they're throwing out an ace out there, someone that you got to be scared of tomorrow. It's just a fact we're throwing out a very inconsistent Kyle Hendricks. So it's not like I could be like, oh, we're going with Kikuchi tomorrow. I feel good. Kikuchi's been on a roll. and I think he could dominate the Nationals. I don't know, man. I mean, you're seeing a crafty veteran that's been very crappy, and I'm not feeling it tomorrow, man. Bilson checks in on TikTok saying got gifted 2 runs that would have been a tailor-made double play. Absolutely. Also, you got Neto saying, or he's saying that Neto was too close to the what do you call it? Neto's too close to the plate according to the rest of the league. That's why he's getting hit a lot. Lewis says, what a fucking game. Who does Newman have dirt on in this organization? Everyone's saying Good Vibes says Newman is garbage. Newman wouldn't be in the lineup if Neto was healthy. That is true, but it happens to be our luck, right? Mike Johnny says the Angels are annoying me. It's one bad night. It's over. Tomorrow's a new day. And that's the thing. You got to look at it. I mean, that's the way to look at it, Jail. Just turn the page, try to move on, try to go 1-0 tomorrow. But damn it, just like Mike says, we can't get over the even 500 mark. And Bilson says, who takes 2 days on paternity leave? Newman should be with his family right now, keeping it rolling. We were better when he was on the injured or on the paternity leave. Tomorrow we'll be back at it, and the Angels all day, baby. There you go. Nats are going to get a lot of hits tomorrow. Shake my head. And that's the thing. If you look at how we lost those games to the Marlins and the Pirates and the Orioles, again, they weren't just tearing the cover off the ball, hitting them all over the freaking field. They weren't hitting them with the exit velocity. They were just hitting a lot of singles and a lot of doubles and just dropping them in there and putting the bat on the ball. And that's good things happen, and that's why we lost. So we'll see what we do. So because we lost and it was kind of a buttercup, well, let's play the buttercup slide, shall we?
Dear little buttercup, won't you stay out? When? You and I will settle down in a cottage built for two. Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup, I love you.
Yeah, buttercup all the way, baby. As far as the deadline's concerned, JL, we still got a ways to go. Can't gauge it off of one game, but you would think we were going to need another hitter or two, and we absolutely need a starter. But how to get it, who to give up, and that's if we're still in the race. I mean, you're looking at 8.5 out. You got a log jam in the wild card. You got to take it case by case, game by game, week by week. As we inch closer to the deadline, yes, you want to be ahead of the curve and know what you're going to do. But again, this team is not set up in a spot to where we know where we're going to be comfortably at, so where we can gauge it. So, and like Trey says, we got no prospects to give up, so you don't want to lose. So my thing has always been addition by subtraction. We got the guys and the dogs that can be a closer, and a lot of you don't like this, but Kelly Jansen can be traded and flipped for a couple players that are major league ready. You can get rid of a Taylor Ward. Not a lot of people are going to like that, but again, getting rid of Taylor Ward isn't the end of the world if you're getting a contact hitter. We don't always need the home run hitter. More contact, the better. Again, you'd be trading a guy, yes, with over 20 home runs, but what's his batting average? But if you're trading for a guy that has 250 average, it could work. Or you could flip Jansen for that particular hitter that would replace Ward, and you could trade Ward for that particular pitcher that you need that Jansen can't get you. Because, again, if you're going to trade to a contender, that's how you want to do it. I don't think you're going to be getting anything back from the Marlins because they're going to want prospects. Bad teams like that are going to want killer prospects. So you give good teams like guys that are, veterans and on expiring contracts, they'll take those players on from you and throw you back a decent player or two that maybe you need, but they don't need, like a fourth outfielder, stuff like that. And we'll take that. I mean, that's the only way this team can make trades at this point. It really is. You don't want to, get rid of any of the future that you would have. No diamonds in the rough. You got to keep everybody in-house. If anything, strengthen the team. Try to see if the Major League Baseball team on the field can do it. So, we'll have to see. But you had some positives tonight, but a lot of negatives, and I understand the frustration. We took the loss tonight for sure. Let's see who gets the Golden Stamos for best player on the field. I think it can go to 2 players tonight, and I'm looking at Young, the center fielder for the Nationals. Jacob Young had a nice night tonight. 3 RBIs, 2 for 5, 2 runs scored. He was a pest out there. And then I'm going to look at Nathaniel Lowe as well. Same thing. Nathaniel Lowe had a nice night. 2 RBIs tonight, 3 for 6. And 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. So I think those guys got it done. We're a pain in the Angels side. Again, not crushing the ball, just hitting it where you're not at. And then that's what the whole deal was. Now, who gets Nacho Night for worst player? And boy, you could throw a shit ton of our guys in there.
For the worst performance of the night. Congratulations. You played yourself.
Moldy cheese, stale chips, what a sight. All your dreams gone tonight. Had a bad night, lost the fight. No more crunch, just take a bite. It's the Nacho Night Award.
The Nacho Night Award tonight, and there's a lot of players, like I said, that it can go to tonight. There's a lot of players that deserved it pitching wise. But I have to be hard on my boy Soriano. I like this guy a lot. And I thought that, out of everybody in this rotation, he can ascend to that number 2, close to a number 1 by the end of the year. I think he can put together some real good starts to be very dominant. And he had been doing that. But dude, it was like a rash tonight. Like, just because Soriano couldn't find the damn strike zone, or his sinkers were up in the zone too much, or he was wild with his fastballs and other breaking pitches, it rubbed off on everybody else. Like seriously, I was waiting for one of the 500 other pitchers that came in tonight to stop the bleeding. Okay, Soriano doesn't have it, but one of these guys has got to stop the Nationals at some point, and none of them did. So it was very, very frustrating at the Big A today. Very frustrating, because I felt, man, this is one that, again, you let get away. Scoring 9 runs should easily be enough to get the job done, and it didn't happen. It did not happen. So unfortunately, we'll take the loss on this one. I'm gonna give it to Soriano, because you got to be better than that, bro. If you want to take the next level, the next jump in this rotation and be a part of this team, you got to roll a team like the Nationals. You got to set the tone for the Angels. And if he was really that guy already, maybe he is in the future, but if he was really that guy, this should have been a 9-2 victory. It really should have. It should have been a 9-2 victory. The Angels should have just walked away with this game after the 6th inning, and it shouldn't have been a problem. But not so much. It turned into a shit show, and it stayed a shit show. So there you go. Those are the awards for tonight. Well, we're going to start getting into everybody's comments, because I was starting it off right there with the TikTok stuff first. Carter says, I'm a Nance fan. I don't know how we won. You hit the ball right where nobody was at. So also, Bilson says, is our best bet at this point just to keep the top draft picks rolling and fast track them. If they're good enough, if they are good enough, I mean, why not? Because a lot of these SEC guys, ACC guys have put in the mileage, and they're essentially getting drafted as freaking, single A to double A guys. So if they're that good, I don't see why not. I mean, so far, most of them have worked out for us. So why not give it another shot? What about a good left-handed hitter? That would be, that you guys were talking about Rizzo. That's not that bad. I mean, Rizzo, so there's some vets out there that could still help. There really is. Let's see. I'm surprised our pen held up. Carter, I was looking to try to get to your closer at 11-9, but we didn't let that happen. I think that would have been interesting right there. But your Nationals came out with their hitting shoes on, so I can't fault them right there. Let's get into the comments, shall we? Because we got a lot of them right here. You got, let's see, we did the buttercup and everything right there. Mateo says, you know what, everybody, just relax. Have a botanical spritz on him. He's calling for the one, the only, it's Spritz o'clock.
Spritz o'clock, Angels play.
Now, Mateo also says this game was frustrating, and he said, I was right, meaning Todd. He said Ron would be done for the season. That's something we didn't even talk about. I brought it up last night, though, my thoughts on that, and they're saying that it's something that he could Luis says spritz a clock, win or lose, Angels all day. There you go. Wilson says Strickland and the rest of the team just had a day off today. But like Ron Washington, I wanted to bring this up. We were talking about it the other day, and they said that it was something that they could handle. That could mean a little bit of everything. That could be maybe he had some sort of the C word, and they're able to deal with it and take care of it. But that doesn't seem to be something that would take him out the entire season. For me, I'm still thinking that it has something to do with the effects of the long-term use of drugs, and his heart can't handle it right now. And maybe the pills over time or the staying away from baseball will cure it. But I think that's it. I think we've seen the last of Ron Washington as an Angels manager. And I think this is a great opportunity for Ray Montgomery, who has interviewed a couple other times in his career for a managerial job, could try to get one in-house here with the Angels. If not, he'll audition for somebody else. So we'll see what happens. But, thoughts and prayers to Ron Washington. But again, I'm just speculating, but from the people I know that have done cocaine, and I mean, even in their late 40s, I mean, it could be a problem to where they can start to get heart failure by their early 50s. So, and that's like 3 decades for Ron Washington. So I'm not saying he had a relapse or nothing like that, but it might be just something with added stress trying to get this team. This guy eats, lives, and breathes baseball. He's a lifer. And it's got to hurt him that this team isn't where his expectations were. So that could be part of it too. White line fever will get you. There you go. Jerry says we did say 2 out of 3, but today shouldn't have been that loss. Dude, 100%, Jerry. 100%. Demetrio says honks be like, if we scored 8 more runs, shut the fuck up. This is a goddamn 500 team. We got to be sellers. No, barely make the playoffs BS. That's where we might have to just draw the line and say, you know what, this team is exactly what it is. Arturo says, man, we had that game tonight. Mateo says, hey, Todd, Christmas. Just kidding. I hate Christmas in June, BS. Me too. Eric Ward says, tonight's letdown is a prime example of why this team gets no respect. 15 runs given up against the lowly Nats is fucking pathetic. It's only one game, but regardless, it's back below 500. And I think it's more of a gut punch, because it's not like it's the end of the world, but you feel like, come on, guys. We've been under 500 so long. Can we just get over that threshold? Just for the fans' sake. I know the players are going to feel good too, but the fans need to feel that too, because it's been so long. So it's like, we haven't been in these months that start with a J. We're not even talking about August and September. We're talking about June and July. We haven't been over 500 in a long time. So to be at least a game over 500, it's like a feather in your cap. You're feeling a little bit better. You can walk out with your chest, hanging out a little bit and just feel good. We're not talking World Series or playoffs. We feel good. You're on the winning side of things. Instead, no, it's back below, and it feels like a gut punch. And especially if it's against the Yankees, if it's against the Detroit Tigers. Okay, so you took one on the chin against a good team. Fine, you live to play another day, but let's get at it tomorrow. No, it's the Nationals. No disrespect, Carter, if you're still on, but it's the Nationals, man, and you got to win those games if you want to get back to the level of competition. Tyler says offense clicks, pitching turns into a bunch of wieners. Also, Grillmaster says the Reds. Oh, stop it. EQ says, laugh my ass off. Exactly right. Eric Ward. Also, he says, this team is a laughing stock of the MLB. How does this team lose to the Nationals? Eric says, and Newman and Wade need to go now. These motherfuckers don't contribute to jack shit. Why the fuck are they even on the team? Because of injuries. Man, I'm telling you, I don't know about Newman, but if Moncada's up, you got to think Wade's gone. And, man, I wish they didn't sign him to that contract, because it's going to be hard for them to cut him. So I would have loved to see Paris up there. I mean, at least with Paris, you have other opportunities where he can beat you if he's not hitting, where he can help you, I should say. Also, bring in Skip Schumacher or Matt Holliday as managers, JL says. Also, Arturo says, it looks like every time we're close to 500, we get scared to go above it. And that's what my dad's been saying. He's like, boy, it's like they're scared to get to 500. And he yells. Also says they will get the LSU pitcher or Holiday in the draft. I wish they didn't let go of Mickey. Mickey Moniak, for all those that don't know, and I know it's Colorado. He's tearing it up right now. He's going crazy, and so is Brandon Marsh and every other player we let go. Call up Cajeda right there. I'm for that too because I'm tired of Brock. Also, Real Madrid fan says I was at the game. First few innings were good. Only parts of the game. Yeah, that's true. Eric Ward says we can DFA Strickland's useless ass too. I don't know. I mean, I have to disagree a little bit, Eric. I mean, he's been good, but yeah, his last two appearances have been bad. Adrian says he just needs reps, sadly. Yes, he did. He did need those reps here. Didn't get them. And then he had a bad stance. They've changed his stance just like they did with Ward in Philly. Dan says we can't go beyond 500. That's absolutely pathetic. Also, Grillmaster Mateo says, how do you wash your hands over the holiday with sanitizer? Trash Halo says Malachi Moore is trash. Maliki Moore is trash. I'm not even following that reference, dude. Maybe I'm having a brain fart on that one. All I know is more played good for a little bit. Mateo says, me love you long time, and I think he's referring to our fearless leader, Roger Lodge.
There's a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight, which makes me so horny, and me love you long time.
Grillmaster says, hey, it's Christmas in June. Hey, don't worry about that. Get your plaid blanket. Hey, watch the snow on the screen. Hey! Cisco says, come on, Todd. Dan Rio says, Strickland pitching like a principal from Back to the Future. Slacker. Boy, that's a reach. Also, hey, I know it'll make you happy. Balls in my mouth. It makes me happy when Patrick does it. I don't like when people jack it from him. Also, Patrick O'Neill gives me emotional damage. Yeah, there was emotional damage with him. He sucks, dude. I mean, I've never heard of a more like god-awful freaking announcer than Patrick O'Neill.
Emotional damage.
Angels and San Francisco Giants fan there. All Los 805. What's up? How you doing? Arturo says, hopefully we win the next two to go above 500 for God's sake. Adrian says, I'll be at the game tomorrow wiping my tears on that blanket. You know what, dude? If you see me, I'll be in section 260. I'm always there in 260. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. You'll see my jersey with Todd Fox on it. And I'll be there. Actually, tomorrow, I will be the Honk. If you've ever seen the clown, that is me. I will be there tomorrow. Bilson says, will the Angels Stadium ever have a 50-50 raffle that could turn things around? Also, by Sunday, they'll be over 500. It's not time to give up. It's time to swing away. Oxnard says, sup, 805. Let's see. Also, you got on here. Let's go back over here. Alternate Junkie says, Angels suck. There you go. Also, you got Tyler saying, I sound like a broken record. I'm sorry about Patty, but Patio just sucks. And he does suck, dude. Eric Ward says, I bet you tomorrow if Neto doesn't play, they'll trot Kingry's useless ass out there. Goddamn, call Paris back up. At least he has some power. Exactly. Also, Eric Ward says, also Soriano's been good this year, but in no fucking way is he the ace. That FanDuel propaganda BS. And they tried to push him there too. Pitiful pitching tonight, Don Hammond says, and Soriano was terrible. Halloween in June sounds scary. Also, Eric says, who the fuck wants to see a gingerbread man drones in June? Might as well have Roger Lodge and Artie drones at this point. I 100% agree on that. 8 earned runs is wild, Frankie Campos says. Tamir 20 checks in. Our resident Philly fan says, why is the team scared of being over 500? That's a good question. In all seriousness, I'm sending my best wishes to Washington. It's true. I do too. But, if at this point, if he's got to stay away from baseball, it's going to be the hardest thing for him to do, but he's got to do it for his family's sake. Also, Matt says, it's my fault, guys. I was at the game. They never win when I'm there. Oh, geez. You sound like my dad, too. B-Train says, I could tell right from the start Soriano didn't have it. Well, yeah, I mean, he wasn't hitting his spots at all. Eric Ward says, I think Ron laced the pitching staff Gatorades with Coke or something. Jesus says, still a buttercup team. Once we reach 500, they throw down the reverse Uno card. Boy, that I've heard that thing all night, dude. The reverse Uno card on the season so far. That's a good pull right there, though. Trout got an RBI. Q Lombardi, yeah, that was a very nice inside out swing when he got that RBI. I ain't gonna lie, that was vintage. Mike Trout.
What the hell's going on out here?
He was actually doing his job there, Lombardi. Also, Strange says the team was not focused on the game, and having Neto pinch hit knowing he was getting treatment on the shoulder was absolutely hitting the panic button. This was a game that set the tone for the series. I'm hoping that's not the case, man, but you make some good points, Strange. Also, we lost Washington and lost to Washington. What the fuck? Who will be our manager next year? Wash should just retire and take care of himself. That's what's going to happen. 100%. That's what's going to happen, Arturo. And like I said a few minutes ago, I think it's going to be Ray Montgomery's job to lose. He's, in fact, auditioning right now for the squad. And if they like him, they'll give him another shot. They'll re-up him or give him an extension. He can keep the guys they have now or get an entirely new staff. I don't think Artie wants to pay a lot for a new staff, to be honest with you. How's Angels doing this year? They whipped my Dodgers with a broom. Well, Oxnard, I mean, man, we're 40-41. Enough said right there. I mean, it's tough, bro. It's tough being an Angels fan. C says Strickland started the year off so hot and has fallen off the cliff. What's going on? I think you're asking C for Lombardi's take on that.
What the hell's going on out here?
B-Train says, and Hector freaking Neris is a waste of a roster spot. Any minor leaguer with an upside would be better. Yes, Eric agrees. Neris is terrible. Mo says the pitching was shit tonight. Also, Blood Moon says, got your asses handed to another subpar team. Yes, sir, indeed. Also, this is just like the Pirates series opponent, Dink and Dunk, were walking the plank on the national embarrassment. Mateo says, I've been messaging Todd, and I mentioned that this team drives me insane when they do have the lead and then give it right back. Yeah, no shutdown innings at all tonight, dude. And yes, we suck again, Eric.
Oh, no! We suck again!
We sure do. Also, J-Dog says, getting blown out by the last place Nationals. We're so back. Yeah. J-Dog also says a revolving door of ass coming out the bullpen tonight. Yeah, I don't recognize those guys. Also, I like Ray Montgomery, but I'm tired of hiring the interim manager. I agree right there. Ohtani is pitching for the Dodgers tomorrow. He's been on fire. That dude's a pure hitter, man. What he can give you in the hitting or in the pitching is a bonus. So good luck with that. I just don't think he's going to be pitching with you guys for more than another 2-3 years max. And I don't think he's going to get back to anything to where he can pitch an entire year and give you like 21 wins, because he was projected to be one of these guys that can throw, 90 to 95 to 98 in the freaking ninth inning. And he did it a couple times, but it taxed his arm. And I don't think he's found the right kind of combination working out, the right kind of pitch count for him to be a dual threat. I think your best bet is, you let's face it, you overpaid for him. Absolutely overpaid. That's going to hurt the baseball with the deferred payments. It's going to hurt baseball going into the lockout, which we're going to get one in a year and a half. But Ohtani's contract will be talked about for years to come. And I just think that he will be a fantastic Hall of Fame home run hitter for the rest of his career. He'll be hitting 40, 50 home runs. And how is that a hater? That's just me being real. I don't think he can put it together for a whole year, dude. I just don't. I think this is a dude that can probably pitch you at max 80, 90 innings. And your best bet, Dodgers, is to make this dude a closer. Make him a freaking closer. And that way he's playing the entire game. He'll play the entire game no matter what. But you can say, hey, man, in the seventh inning, you already hit run your ass down there and start throwing a little bit. Or they have it under Dodger Stadium. You could pitch in the they have batting cages down there. You could throw some pitching, live pitching, get loosened up, and come into the ninth inning and, dude, have him close out. I mean, who else would be that dominant for an inning? That way you're saving him for an inning. You're only pitching him. You'd have to turn him into a bullpen piece. I think it could work. I don't like the starting stuff. I don't think it's going to work for him long term. And when he was a starter with us and actually pitched, consistently, his hitting numbers weren't as good. It's when he was shut down because he couldn't pitch where his hitting went through the roof. So that's just my opinion. I don't see him pitching long term and as a starter. We don't need him for pitching. His at bat is what we paid for. No, you paid for his pitching. Oxnard, I will disagree. You paid for his pitching. Absolutely paid for his pitching. But I think, the biggest fan of Ohtani is not you, not any other Dodger fan. You know who it is? Juan Soto. Juan Soto got that ridiculous, stupid ass contract because of Ohtani. He should be his best friend. He should massage Ohtani's feet. That's man, oh man, did he get him that contract? Because nobody was talking that kind of money until Ohtani got that money. And for some reason, the Mets are like, hey, I think Juan Soto's a better hitter than Ohtani. Bullshit. I mean, man, I want that agent to be my agent if I was ever a star, because he took the Mets to the freaking cleaners. Good God. Edward says, when is Newman where did I miss it right there? When is Newman going to be bagging fries at McDonald's? Well, we do have that nice McDonald's on the corner right there of what is it, Catella right there? He should be right there. Arturo says almost draft day, getting pumped up to see if we're going to get Holiday or Hernandez. I would like Holiday first, but if not, I still don't want Hernandez because he's a high schooler, but damn it, we do need Holiday. I agree right there, Minky. Soto has dropped horribly. He sure has. Newman is terrible. Also, the Dodgers are still a contender, even if he get. Oh, absolutely, Nick. I mean, that team is stacked. And here's the thing, too. Not too many Angel fans know that the throw-in player, guys, with that Strickland, or was it Stripling? It wasn't God, who was the pitcher we got from we were going to get from the Blue Jays? Was it Stripling? I think it was Stripling and Jock Peterson. We were supposed to get those two guys for Louis Renifo and somebody else, and then the throw-in player was Pagaz. And that dude's turning into a stud for the Dodgers. Imagine if we could have had him in the outfield. Good grief. Also, you got Kylo saying Ken Hendricks is going tomorrow against the Nats team. Yikes. We suck after days off. That's true. I'd rather have Randy Newman singing. Blood Moon says all this time the Angels took the lead, they coughed it right back every time. They sure did. Blood Moon also says the Nationals have owned us the last 3 years. And you know what sucks about that, Blood Moon? That's absolutely correct. The Cincinnati Reds are just like that too. Padilla, my Christmas in June, but two artards fighting. Oh, yeah. Oh, Padilla. Yeah. Figures for Midapi. He has two guys fighting in the stands next to him. Newman is this year's Goodrum. Oh, my God. How do you remember Goodrum? That guy sucked. Newman is the professor. Yeah. What a bunch of FanDuel bullshit. I agree. Also, let's see. We got Eric says, I didn't watch the game, but that was the reason why we lost today. Oh, yeah. Stripling. Thank you, Nick. Ross Stripling. Also heard Nationals are very, very interested in Liam Doyle. What do you think we will get with a second pick? And again, that's what I'm looking for, a pitcher, obviously. But I want to see a college kid, man. I feel like if we get Hernandez, dude, I'm not too confident with that one, dude. I know he's good, but shit. Something about high school kids, man. It's just longer to develop. And Mateo's just telling me to play this sound.
This fat son of a bitch is going to drown us all out.
Calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat.
Also, Blood Moon says those leadoff hits killed us. They sure did. Grillmaster says, any kind of update on Moncada? No, your guess is good as mine. He has been out of the lineup for some time. And, you originally saw the thing on his thumb. Then you saw him grab his side, which I thought was an oblique because that happened to me. So I figured, okay, I think it's an oblique. It looks like he's doing the same kind of, frustrating movements, and it looks very painful to twist his upper body, so you don't have that power swing. And then they said it was his leg all of a sudden. So I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to believe at all. All I want from Christmas is 500 baseball. Randy checks in with had to put on the regular spritz in the queue. Oh yeah, it's true. Thank you, sir, for helping out right there, because we had the winning one there, and that didn't go through. Strange says, I found a jar labeled yummy tasting nuts. Turned out I just reached in the bottom of the barrel, and all it was left was a nut dust and a questionable almond. By the way, before I play this next thing, we have some questionable sound that came from the show last night. And I want to warn you guys on TikTok and also here on YouTube and X. And again, this came from Gavin's show. I don't know what you guys want to make out of it. I'm going to let you guys and gals, make your own assumptions. But this is what I heard on Gavin's show. So I'll play the quick clip and you let me know.
You guys are crazy. Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls, and welcome back. What's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson. Don't get it twisted. You've probably heard of Viagra or Cialis. It's hard. It's hard. Oh, man, it feels great. Oh, yummy. Oh, how about a yummy? Oh, come on. Magic. Oh, my goodness. Guys, tasting nut.
I thought they talked baseball on that channel. Really? I thought they talked baseball, but I guess not. So I'm sorry, but that was a real life soundbite from the Locked On show. Courtney says, at this point, I seriously don't understand the direction of this team anymore. Boy, Courtney, I said it before and I'll say it again. You have really got to talk to those guys. Rowdy Telez, hashtag get rowdy. Also, oh no, we suck again. Vote for Bond says right now. And yes.
Oh no, we suck again.
Yep. Also, Kevin puts, what is it? He puts in everything into it to get the shitty effort. J-Dog says, watch Artie gonna buy at the deadline and push us back another 5 years. Randy says, I'm not upset we lost 15-9. We're still winning the series. Take it to the bank, baby. He loves that. Also, me love you long time. We said that earlier. The Archangel says, until the Angels get 5 games over 500, I'm no longer ordering balls, and baby oil. So he's drawn a line in the sand, people. 999 says, embarrassing loss, giving up 15 to the Nats. Also losing to the Nats and giving up 15 is truly embarrassing. We need to trade Taylor Ward. We're all about that. Really, we are. Jerry says, with everything going on in Washington, the team's record, when is Artie going to point to sell the team? He's not, dude. He has something to prove. He thinks we're against him, and we are. And he wants to, again, make it all about him. It's his ego. He's not going to sell this team because he wants to go out a winner. He wants to say, hey, man, I came into Anaheim. I'm a minority owner. I changed this organization from Anaheim to Los Angeles. I did this. I did that. Look at me, and he wants to just give us a big middle finger, dude, and win. And when he wins, he's going to be, I told you so, because you saw him, dude, when he first got this team from Disney and they had Disney players. Who was getting champagne poured on him in the wild card series or in the first round of the series? That dumbass. I've never seen owners get champagne drenched or beer sprayed on them until they won a World Series. And even then, some owners are in the freaking outside of the locker room because they don't want to participate in all the tomfoolery. But there are some owners that I've seen, they pour champagne on them and it's all great. They won a division, or they won the championship, or at least they won the American League or the National League. I never seen it, but his ego he was always front and center. The whole thing about him in the early years was, hey, this team is winning. They're in the playoffs. The beer's cheap. The parking's not bad. Artie this and Artie that. And he's walking around, shaking hands and kissing babies like a president. And everybody loves Artie Moreno. Artie Moreno's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's our new version of the cowboy, blah, 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 blah. And Roger Lodge is over there on AM 830 going, he is The Artie Moreno, thanks to it's the big A, the AKA the big A, the house that the cowboy built that Artie made so much better. And it's like he went into this whole spiel, and everyone just jumped on him and was like, yeah, Artie. And it's like ever since he's put his own people and his stamp on this franchise and Disney is gone, that is, yeah, you've seen the fruits of Artie's labor. Courtney says, I will no longer tolerate the Halo honks boosting my young guy's ego. Moore doesn't have a big enough sample size for me to have an opinion yet. But Neto is not an all-star either. Ooh, interesting right there, Courtney. You know, there's some people that say he's fringe or right there, but there are 7 other guys ahead of him. And I think missing April hurt, but he has done a lot good since he's been back. So maybe it's next season he becomes an all-star. So I'm kind of with you right there. And I think, Ohapi could have been that next player too, but he's regressed a little bit, had some really tough games and weeks at defensively, not throwing anybody out, not calling a good game. It seems like the Angels do pitch a lot better when freaking Darno's in there. So yeah. And then Christian Moore, like you said, I think he's going to be very, very good, but I think it's going to take some more time. Like Neto wasn't like a clear cut leader of this team right away either. I mean, he struggled out the bat too. What's your IG? Luis Garcia says it's basically Halos in the infield. Look it up at Halos in the infield. There's some underscores in between the words, but you'll find the Instagram account there. It's pretty easy. Jesus says, just a reminder, we lost 99 games last season. And that's good to remember too, because again, this is not a team that's going to make the playoffs. This is a team that's going to, if all things considered, if they could have went back to 500 or got to 500 or a couple games over, that's an enormous win. I think this is a year that's going to build towards next year. Vince said, never thought I'd say this, but I like Travis better than Ohapi. And, Ohapi obviously has got the freaking hitting. They literally do. He does, but his defense is very questionable. And again, he's a candidate for me to be a Buster Posey and move first. But then again, what he do with Shonawell? You got to put him in right. Also, Angels been rebuilding since 2002. Well, they did have some really good teams between 2005 and 9. I think they've been rebuilding since 2010. But, it's debatable. It's definitely debatable. Wash needs to chill with a blue pill and partying and leisure. Bro is having too much sex. Also, yes, Mateo, that is tough right there. Griffin Canning, if you guys didn't hear, ruptured his Achilles, and that was a guy that was on pace to go to the All-Star game. He had been pitching amazing. So, yeah. Kylo says, didn't the Angels get rid of Hamilton because of the C word? No, they didn't get rid of him because of C word. But yeah, he not that C word. Randy Yaz says, I want a plaid blanket. I'm gonna need one for the winter in the yard. It's all G's. Run me the 9 Deos. Damn it, I don't know, man. Fine. Let's do it. Three. 21 guns to loop book. As many runs we scored. 5. 6. 8. 9. He said no escaping the Dales. They stole that chant from Yankee Stadium. Dude, they use it way too much. Oh my God, they use it way too much. Also, Vince says Patrick O'Neill sucks. Dan Rio says Moniak has 11 homers. Better hitting coach in Denver, possibly. An Artie Moreno drone show would feed families. Also, Grillmaster says Gavin podcast. Good evening, everybody. The red team won. See y'all tomorrow. My yummy tasting nuts. Dan says Tatum O'Neal's brother is terrible, but he outdoes Gooby with a hey. He sounds so fake and forced. Yeah, he's terrible, dude. Great Take says, how do you make it say Deo? It's a soundboard that I have on StreamYard, dude. I have this entire setup in front of me, so I'm able to do a little bit of everything right here. Demetro says, almost feel like the Angels need to have a team meeting about 500 or over 500 deal. It's like their thongs bunch in their asses right at 500. Cadwell Turner says, what is your opinion on Patrick O'Neill? Okay, worst broadcaster of all time. If you look up Patrick O'Neill on YouTube, you find nothing but bad goof ups by him with Kings hockey. So he should stick with hockey, and he sucks at that. And then my dad's always saying in his voice, well, I like to imitate, he says, boy, that guy, all he talks about is home runs. Everything's a home run. And so it's like, yeah, that's all he talks about. He's terrible. And then you got Gooby goobing it up with Sham Wow. Oh my God, Sham Wow. Wow, Sham Wow. Oh boy, oh boy. But I wouldn't focus in on that if we were winning. Eric Ward said, did anyone see that nut boy on Halo's broadcast tonight? Cringy to say the least. Well, we played the soundbite from the show. Let's see. You have also, there's a reason Montgomery has been around for 2 or 3 coaching changes. He's Perry's guy. So that's interesting, Randy. Randy might have a good point right there that he could be the coach in waiting. You know, a lot of us were like, hey, man, what about Torrey Hunter? Well, maybe not. Maybe Torrey Hunter's being groomed for something else, and Ray Montgomery's right there. Coach Mana, UCLA says, what are we going to see the Angels back in the playoffs? Your guess is good as mine, but I say it wouldn't be this year. I think it would be next year if everything went right. And you'd have to have a lot of bounces go our way, and that's despite Artie. Louis Garcia, thank you for finding us over there. Do you prefer Randazzo over Vasgersian? No, I actually like Randazzo a bit, but I do like Vasgersian because I think he fits better, a little bit better with Gooby. Like him and Gooby are really good together, and that's just me. But I feel that way. Dan says, watched Masson. They were much better than FanDuel. 0 hey. Yeah. No, hey. But they did play this. Santa Maria. Yeah, I do like that too. I like that a lot. Also, you have D's nuts right there. Trade LeBron, JJ Redick's assistant says. Also, the Archangel says it's time for balls down my throat with some baby oil to forget the loss. Trash Halo says, hey, don't forget, when they score 5 at home, you get free 2 Del Taco tacos only on the app and for a limited time only. Alfonso says this morning on Locked On Halos, they had Gavin and themselves a pretty serious sausage fest. Next week, the Big Hurt and Doug Flutie will join. What? Oh my God. Randy says they have batting cages in the school buried under Dodger Stadium. They do, actually. I've been down there. They do have their own like batting cages, just like you wouldn't think Angel Stadium does. They do too. NHL resolved their CBA. No, they won't do it, Grillmaster. The MLB and their what is it called? Their collective bargaining agreement and the Players Association. I should say Players Association. Their union is so strong, dude. It's not even close to being hockey. Randy says you defer all ALS paying or paid for the pitching. All that you paid for the pitching. You didn't even get a $700 million hitter. That is true. Alfonso says Halo Brothers hoping to book Marcia for the biggest sausage ever. I would go with that. How much is no. Trade Ward. Randy says no high school players. Also, you have the FanDuel noise will forever be stuck in my nightmares. When do you think Artie will renovate the Angel Stadium? He's got to get the parking lot first. He does not want to even touch the stadium or let the city of Anaheim see it. And again, if you guys don't know, he only pays $1. Yes, $1 to lease the stadium a year. Not a game, not a day, a year. By the way, since you asked for it, Caldwell, I hate that song too, by the way. The ED Kevin puts me to sleep. Also, vote for Bod says, is he the only Locked On guy that does a post game? Yeah, he does. He copied us and just tried to copy us. The Gavin obsession is getting a little weird now. Oh, is it really, Randy? Is it? because this is what he
You guys are
produces.
crazy. Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls, and welcome back. What's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson. Don't get it twisted. You've probably heard of Viagra or Cialis. It's hard. It's hard. Oh, man, it feels great. Oh, yummy. Oh, how about a yummy? Oh, come on. Magic. Oh, my goodness. Guys, tasting nut.
That is disgusting. This is a family show, damn it. Gavin, you're ruining the vibe. He's ruining the vibe. I swear to God, he's ruining it. He's sabotaging our show. Also, I missed the Fox Sports days. Tony C checks in with that's what Salmon said about Mancada. Do you think did you make that up, Todd? Angels will bounce back, trade all the rentals away to see what happens, bring up the minor leaguers, keep up the good work. I do think it's this freaking oblique, dude. I really do. Alfonso says, Halo Brothers, the season starts right after we take a couple blue pills. EM says, cover the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit. Okay. Randy says, Artie made better. The Cowboy couldn't have done that. What Artie did, Cowboy purchased the Angels for $2.5 million, sold them for $185. He sure did. Tyler says, seeing Jackie Autry watching and cheering in 02 was freaking so wholesome. What a freaking great time in Angels history. And by the way, I'm going to have something, I'm going to have something really cool to show you guys that I found on YouTube. So be on the lookout. I'll put it on the social media, but here on the YouTube page, someone had took some home video from, I want to say it's 1995, and it was autograph day at Angel Stadium, to where you can actually walk up to stands, and they had several players just signing baseballs and random stuff. And to see what Angel Stadium looked like enclosed, like with the Rams still there, it's really, really cool. It's a really cool video, and it shows them beating the hell out of the Tigers too. You had like JT Snow was playing first base. You had Mark Langston pitching. So I'm going to put that up, and I want you guys to check it out and because it's a really cool. I saw it on someone. I don't even know how it came across my feed, because it's like a private family's like video, but I'm gonna steal it and I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna mix it and put it up on there. And it's just going to be their family at the game. I mean, it's on YouTube. And once you make something, I mean, anyone could take, like I took Gavin's like freaking voice. He could take mine too. So it's not like I got a copyright on this shit. So anyway, welcome back to Angel Stadium, here with Patrick O'Neill. Thoughts on Joe Adell the rest of the season? Joe Torre used to announce games on KTLA 5. That was fun times. Thoughts on Joe Adell? I think he's gonna finish the season strong. I really do. I think he's gonna finish with about 30 to 35 home runs. This is his breakout season, I believe. I would love the RBIs to be higher. He's starting to get a few more RBIs. The average is climbing. If he could finish the season 270, I mean, dude, what a year. To see where he was at, where he was like 1 foot from being kicked out, because he just wasn't cutting it. And he didn't finish strong last year. So, yeah, I would love for him to finish the year strong. Todd, does Ray Montgomery seem like a no bullshit kind of guy? It seems like it. I mean, especially in the press conferences when they asked him why he does certain things, he said, because I want to. So he's got no apologies like Ron Washington. So he came from that cut. So we'll see. Bro, nobody talks shit to me those years because they fucking couldn't. And I think that's Randy as an Angels baseball fan back in the day. Also, Yvette's mom checking in. How are you guys doing? We're doing good, and God bless you back. We miss her too. Randy also says, watch Dennis Miller's era of Monday Night Football was the worst sports commentator of. Boy, that is a good pull, though. He was terrible too. Hunter for bench coach would be goddamn good, or even a hitting coach gets his coaching start with the Angels. I would like that too, because again, I mean, are you going to tell Torrey Hunter no? Like he doesn't know how to coach or doesn't know how to swing or show a young kid how to, fix his swing. Also, Brad Osmus back up and down for Soriano, Joe Adell, that is. If he could hit his 270 with an OPS, will probably be around 900. And again, he's been working walks. So, yeah, he's been getting on base, and that's what you need on this team, dude. Also, you going to have some tickets for tomorrow or Sunday? I had to give away some to. There's about 10 people that needed tickets, so I gave away most of them. I have a couple sprinkled around that I could give out, but I have to get the okay tonight. So I'll have more information for you tomorrow about Sunday, but I did give some tickets away that people couldn't get, and I remembered their emails. I had them on my on the Halos in the Infield podcast email, and so there was a few families in there. I'm like, I couldn't tell them no, man. So when I get some more tickets for sure, I'll pass it out to you. I'll keep you in mind too. I'm always going to be passing out tickets, so just keep that in mind. Ray Montgomery is his own man until Perry tells him what to do. Also, yes, you get out of it what you put into it. Hey, Todd, what is Trent Rush and Roger saying? I'll get into that in a second. Alfonso said, Todd, I heard that Gavin is trying to get you a peace offering, a 6-month supply of Viagra, and another to get together with him. Roger, the Dong, Squid, and the Halo brothers just bring the beer. I respectfully say no. I'll have to pass on that one. Does anyone know if Perry is on in his contract year? No, he got a 2-year extension. So we have this year and 2 other years. What happened to Kyron Paris? Kyron Paris is down in the minors. They optioned him out when Newman came off a paternity list. Codwell says, what are your thoughts on potentially having Pujols as a manager? I wouldn't mind Pujols, but again, like, there'd always be in the back of my mind, like, hey man, he's taking this job for the first time. And I would love for him to start as, maybe a bench coach, like Randy said, or a hitting instructor, and then go from there. But that would have been perfect to do in the first year of Ron Washington, because then he could have a year or 2 under his belt. See, that's why Ray Montgomery kind of makes sense. Randy says, man, I really wish there was a way to get Social back in the organization. It blows my mind that he's not involved with us at all. And that is sad, dude. And as far as what Roger's saying, Roger is going to come out at least on Monday and be like, ho, 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 everybody. AM 830 is back on the radio, and we are going to give out tickets in the 600s. You can sit on the roof of Anaheim Stadium and watch the game as the Angels are coming in for their next homestand. We'll be talking about that and Lakers basketball and draft and everything else that doesn't deal with the Angels, including the Dodgers, on the home of AM 830. And then Trent Rush is going to be like, hey, this is what happened tonight. And this is, I got to share this with you real quick. So this douchebag, Trent Rush, and I don't like him. And again, I'm picky with my broadcasters and stuff, but he's terrible, dude. And so he starts off his 10-minute post-game show on AM 830 with, hey, I tell you what, you really can't blame the offense, because I think they did what they had to do tonight. No shit, Sherlock. And then when it came to the pitching, well, they didn't hit their spots tonight, but they've been really good. It's like, okay, they've been really good. No one's taking that away from them, but they were ass tonight. And he's like, I just didn't think it was going to be a game like this. Well, nobody did. Nobody came into Christmas in June and thought, oh, we're just going to walk into the stadium and surrender 15 runs on 19 hits to the Washington Nationals. Nobody thought that. And if you did, you took that to a gambling website and made $1 billion off of it. There's nobody that thought that. So again, fantastic takes by the leaders on our AM 830 home of the Angels. Anyway, play like it's 1985. Vote for says, I might be in the minority, but I think Perry needs a longer extension. He hits on the drafts in some trades and accelerates. Well, I mean, there might be, you might be in the minority there, because there's a lot of people that criticize how he drafts, like the 20 pitchers. And then the free agents is not always on him, because it's always, already making the moves. Saucy says, yeah, 15 is a lot. What the fuck? This team is allergic to having a winning record. Strange says, welcome back, Kyron. By the way, here's your bus ticket. You're going back. Fuck. Vote for says, accelerated the rebuild without having to tank. Yeah, he did some imaginary stuff there, dude. He did some really good stuff to at least keep him right there. Angels will finish June with a winning record. Write your checks, Randy says. And we're not trading for Moniak. Who's worse, Rush or O'Neill? O'Neill. Hands down, O'Neill is. By far, O'Neill is. Now, real quick, if you haven't done so, 714 Tickets is a place to go to get 10% off by putting HITI in the promotion code. And again, it's not just for Angels tickets. Some people think that you go to 714 Tickets and that's all you can buy is Angel tickets. No. If you want to go to theater, if you want to go to a concert, if you want to go to a monster truck rally, whatever, if it's out of state, you could still sell or still use HITI and get 10% off those tickets. And those tickets are, if it's $58 to go to a monster truck game, it's $58 plus an additional 10% with us. And then Max Market Pros, you want to check in with Max Market Pros because Max Market Pros helps you to get your small business to the next level by helping you build a website, helping you with social media, and be at top of the food chain as far as your city where you work out of on Google. So they help you right there. Last one for me, as far as a sponsor to get through real quick, is Bruheim and the OC Dugout. OC Dugout, buy, sell, trade. They will have a Nolan Shonowell autograph signing coming up soon. We'll be there. I will give you the information on that. And Bruheim Brewery over there behind Anaheim Stadium, we're going to be there tomorrow night for the postgame show. I'm going to be joined by Bill from Top Fan Rivalry. We're going to be talking Angels baseball and postgame, and he'll be talking about his page and a little bit of other stuff. So a little different show tomorrow as we'll be on the road, but it'll be good. You know, I'm going to the game tomorrow as the honk, and you'll see me on with all my clown makeup and all the shit that I do. Leaving the stadium, I'm not going to stay for the fireworks. I'm just going to head over there to Bruheim and start the post game right after the game. So win or lose, baby, we'll be back tomorrow night. 999 says still in the race. If we can win this series, I'm fine with it. Absolutely. You want to win every series because right now it's not looking good looking at the overall standings in the division. However, if you look over, there's a silver lining to everything. And the wild card right now, even though there's a lot of teams, the Angels are only 2 games back flat. So they're not 2.5 out. They're 2 games back. Only the Ohio shitfucks are a game and a half ahead of us. And then it's the Seattle Mariners. So not too bad for a team that's had as much struggles as they have, but they could fall out of it real quick if they don't keep their nose to the grind and play good baseball. Showstopper says, can you grab the camera for Lamar Jackson edit? That's hilarious. No, I'm not going to grab the camera for that. And why are people asking me that? So I have no idea. Because I'm not going to do the I think that might be a TikTok thing or whatever. So, yeah. Or no, actually, it's showing up here on YouTube. But no, I'm not going to play to no filter right now. Dan says, Todd skipping comments. Well, I'm trying to just get through the ones I can, dude. I'm just trying to get the ones. Yes, the scary clown will be there right tomorrow. And besides that, what else did I want to play for you guys? Oh, and I got to throw this out there real quick. Randy made this up, and obviously it's pretty good because Randy did it. And I have it. Where is it? Right here. And this is just in case you're looking for some nice swag. I hate saying swag, but I just wait. My bad. It was just a popular thing to do. Just asking. No, I mean, you're a basketball fan. It's all good. I think. Well, anyway, you got the Kobe on there, R.I.P. But if you're a baseball fan, no worries. But I just don't I don't funk with those filters. Praying for Ron Washington. Yes, Jake. I'm hoping he's okay, but he's doing the right thing and stepping out. Real quick, let me play this slide real quick. It is again about the merchandise. Latest stuff coming from Heedy. Bam!
Attention Halo fans. The Heedy merch is here, and it's louder, bolder, and more honest than ever before. Start at the top with the Halos in the Infield baseball hat. Clean, classic, and ready for game day. And only $16 plus shipping. Or keep it breezy with the classic trucker hat. Old school mesh, new school heat. Only $15 plus shipping. Rep the rebrand in style. Show your loyalty loud and proud with the Halos in the Infield podcast tee. Now featuring the bold new logo from our official rebrand. Same passion, fresh new look. $30 and all fire. Had enough of Artie? Say it on your chest. The Sell the Team Artie tee speaks for thousands. Just $20 plus shipping. It's always a good time with the Spritz O'Clock tee. Perfect for those post-game hangouts and pre-game laughs. Only $20 plus shipping. Play like trash, you get the Nacho Night. The Nacho Night Tea is the ultimate fan clapback. $25 plus shipping and worth every butt. For the anti-Arty Army, the Chief Yahoo Tea leads the charge. This one's for the frustrated, fed up, and fired up faithful. Only $25 plus shipping. We ain't LA, we're just Anaheim. No confusion, no branding bullshit, just pride. Get it now for $25 plus shipping.
There you go, right there. That's the stuff you can find on Shopify. You can check it out right there. We are fired up right there. Thank you so much, Randy, for making that. We have a lot of shirts, hats, and stuff to give out for a good price, and it goes to charity and also goes to making more merchandise for everybody. So hopefully everybody likes it. Also, Mateo says, will I get kicked out if I wear a Sell the Team shirt? No, I don't think you will. Again, you can't wear it walking through the metal detectors, but once you get inside the stadium, everyone should be okay with that. We haven't had a problem right there. Yes, plus shipping is awesome right there. Also, LV says, we're so back and out of here. Also, let's see, did you check out Disneyland? Let's see, we need a Deo shirt. That's probably going to come next. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. We got a lot of our catchphrases on there. So, real quick recap of the game, even though it's been a while and we got into a lot of stuff here tonight. We talked about everything that went on, the failures of the pitching staff, the failures of this team in general to get above 500 and give the fans something to cheer about and be happy about. They let us down again, baby. Really let us down. They buttercupped the shit out of us tonight. So with that real quick before I recap, I got to play Hoppy doing the buttercup.
Dear little buttercup, won't you stay out? When? You and I will settle down in a cottage built for two. Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup, I love you.
Didn't know Shaunawill was that good on the piano, but again, tomorrow we'll be at 260 section and then join us over at Brewheim for some brewery specials right there, beer specials. Again, the only two frames the Nationals were kept off the scoreboard, and that's the first and third inning. Every other inning, it was 2, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, 4. 15 total runs, 19 hits for the Washington Nationals. Angels were kept off the board the first inning, the 6th through 9, and that was the problem right there. They just couldn't keep scoring, but not really. It was the pitching, but they did go 1-4-2-2, and they got their 9 runs right there. Again, 9 runs on 11 hits, 6 walks. They went 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position, leaving 7 men on, but the bullpen and the starting pitching was trash. 178 pitches thrown, 116 for strikes. Yikes. Let's get back at it tomorrow. Look at the pitching matchup tomorrow. And it's going to be looking just like the other Hendricks start where he faced a pitcher with similar numbers. Same thing in this one. Michael Soroka is 3-5 with a 5.6 ERA, 53 innings pitched, 44 hits allowed, 59 strikeouts, 14 walks, 10 home runs. Kyle Hendricks, on the other hand, 5-6, 4.83 ERA, 1.32 whip, 82 innings pitched, 85 hits allowed in those 82 innings, 55 strikeouts, 23 walks, and 14 runs given up. Yikes. This could be another 6-5 departure in the 6th inning or 5th inning. We'll see. We'll see what happens with these starters, and we'll see if the Angels can get this thing going. The Not LA t-shirt is awesome. Thank you, Tyler. Double Down says, let's make a trade for Young Holy. We can get him at low value right now. LV says, the check will still clear, y'all. I will bank for a Stuka shirt. Robert says, finally made it to 91. Finally made it home for the 91 was a mess. I didn't even know you're at the game, Robert. You should have freaking hit me up, dude. Also, Arnar says we should have had pitchers. We need pitchers. Yes, we do. So with that being said, thank you for everybody for getting on tonight. And anyone know what's wrong with Wash? Well, that's the last thing I'll pick up here on TikTok. And for the rest of you guys tonight, it's all speculation right now, but yeah, I'm pretty much thinking it's what the leftovers from freaking cocaine use, unless he has the C word. Yeah, the heart issue always struggles when you take prolonged usage of it, and he had prolonged usage, so it could be a stress thing with that kind of stuff. It's all speculation. It's my speculation, so I'll fall on the sword on that one. But that's what I have to say, because they're not going to say anything about it, and they don't have to. They really don't. So again, we were at the game. We were in the stands. We'll be in the stands all weekend. Dominic was there. Apparently Robert was there, but didn't say hi. But a lot of other people were there. We're going to have my boy James there tomorrow too. So if you guys want to come down to 260, we'll be there. Say hi. And again, we're going to be sitting at the top of 260. So don't think you have to go down into the freaking stands. We're right next to the goddamn cameraman at the top of 260. So we got those wheelchair seats. So you guys can come by and say hi to us right there. And yeah, we chop it up with the fans, dude. We're not that fake ass other podcast that is boring as shit. Robert hates us, confirmed. James, play the home runs, James. Yes, we do have Chris Taylor, but he's got that fractured hand, so he's not playing. Slumped Kevin. So again, we'll see you guys out there tomorrow. Let's get that win tomorrow. Corona guy says, "What's the other podcast?" It's I hate saying it, man, but they got served a silver spoon, man. That freaking I mean, if only we got offered that platform, dude. I swear to God, they were just giving fans, and they do not run a good podcast. That's all I'm saying. And the shit they pulled on us was pretty crappy. So that's why I have that forever hate. Because some people are like, "Oh, you just hate." I'm like, no, dude. It's like, you give me that energy, I'll give you it right back. You give me positive energy, dude. I'm like the nicest guy in the world, man. I ain't gonna treat anybody like shit, because karma's a bitch. So I always try to be positive, and I was positive with them as much as I possibly could. And we kept hearing murmurings, we kept hearing stuff, and it's like I talked to them, hey man, be straight up. But yeah, they weren't straight up, and then that's where we're at. So it is locked on. When is Mancada? We talked about that earlier, EQ. Yeah, who knows, dude? Because it looks like it's a freaking, what do you call it? Oblique, but it could be something else. Also, whatever platform they use is cool, but their show's boring. Yes. Yes, the shirts do have fast shipping. It's not like before. Corona guy says those dudes are boring. And we were trying to be friends with them too. And they freaking, the one that pissed me off is when we had that charity event set up, and they had such a, they do have a big platform because it was given to them by Locked On. They didn't earn most of those people, but they got the platform, and they do have loyal followers. And so we were like, hey man, we got to do this softball tournament because it's going to bring charity and everything. So we set everything up. They were going to bring in as many as 2 teams for us to go along with the other podcasts we had set up. And they were just they bailed, and they pretended like they didn't get our messages or stuff. And it's like, bro, you literally base your show off of freaking, interactions with the fans. How can you not check your messages? And they not only ghosted me, ghosted Fernando, but I just would love, if people think, hey man, we can't associate ourselves with you, we're straight edge, we don't curse, we don't swear, or we talk about the Angels this way, we don't talk bad about them, we're Halo honks. Dude, I would have loved for them just to tell me that. I'd be like, hey man, cool, all the respect in the world, man. Fist bump them at the end of the day. We're still Angel fans. No love lost. Boom. No problem. But it's all the other stuff and all the stupid drama that went on the sides. I was just like, man, F these guys, dude. So that's why, I don't mind being petty. And sometimes, I feel bad, but then I don't, because then I hear something else and I'm like, oh, fuck them. But other than that, dude, I'm cool with everybody else in the Angel community, dude. And everyone else here on the pages too. We have a good time, and we love supporting this team, win or lose. It is frustrating, but Angel fans, you got to turn the page and just hope for the best, and hope that this team can turn it around soon. Uh, Jack says, "What did I miss tonight? I saw it was a close game. Wasn't as close as we thought. Love the show. Thank you, Double Down. Love you too, man." Heedy After Hours, Demetrio says they cried on a live show. They did. EQ said Halos of the Infield is the best post game ever podcast for the Angels. Artie Moreno would never, and Trent Rush sucks. Hey. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I would never get an offer for AM 830 for sure. They think they're better ever since they got the lockdown call. That's true. Let's see. Also, I bought myself a Trash Pandas brand new shirt. Dude, the Trash Pandas logo is sick. It is really sick. You mean lose or lose? Yeah, we did lose. Yeah, it is what it is. We're all hoping for the best, like you said. Yep, Corona guy. Well, again, I always never know how to close a show out because you guys always come up with nice comments to read or to like interact with. And I really appreciate every last one of you guys and gals out there because there are some women too that very much, participate and, we get it in the emails and also on social media. And we really appreciate all the Angel fans that have been going through this. And, hopefully we can get to a better spot. Robert said, never denied charity, even when it's the Angels community. Will forever be a Heedy follower because of how giving y'all are. I appreciate that, Robert. And Robert's donated too, man. Robert's been a wonderful teammate there too. Well, Corona guy, come by and say hi to us at 260, man. We're like I said, we're always there. So there you go. So everybody have a good rest of your night. I'm just realizing we're pulling up on Saturday. So I'm sorry that I kept you guys and gals up so late, but we'll get back at it tomorrow. And we'll be doing that remote post game from Bruheim. So if you're at the game and you want to come by and grab a beer with us and hang out with us, we'll be over there at Bruheim. So for Halos in the Infield, Randy, thank you again for that nice slide. Thank you, Robert, for being you and participating on the page and everybody else that's on the show. So, yeah, thank you so much and have a good night, everybody.